So just yesterday, the NBA Summer League did officially wrap up with the final game being the championship, of course, between the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. And now I wanted to talk about my 5 biggest winners of the NBA Summer League. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do 5 biggest losers because I don't want to get too negative to start off the channel. Of course, I haven't been covering NBA for too long now, but I want to talk about the winners, and I wanted to start with Yaxel Lindeborg because Yaxel Lindeborg, in my opinion, did have a little bit to prove coming into the Summer League in a way that he is a lot older than everyone else that was drafted. There were some 18, 19, 20-year-olds drafted. Yaxel Lindeborg is 23 years old, of course, is a lot older than Cam Boozer, who he was matching up against in the finals. So I do think with that, it does kind of come with, you've got to show a little bit of maturity on the court. You've got to show that you are a man against boys. You are ready to get into the NBA and get started, because that is typically what these teams that are drafting the older players are looking for. They're not looking for an upside swing. They're not looking for a development piece. They are looking for someone that is going to be ready to contribute right now. And I do think that despite having a couple of mixed performances, overall Yaxel Lindeborg did really show up. He showed up in Vegas. He even showed up in the previous Summer League he was playing in before Vegas. And I do think that he is going to be pretty ready to make an impact on this Golden State Warriors team that may or may not feature LeBron James. It does seem like more and more time goes by, the more and more chance we have of LeBron going to the Warriors, but I do still think he's going to go back to Cleveland. But I think Yaxel Lindeborg, of course, you can just look at the stat sheet, but you can even look at what he was offering. He was aggressive out there. He was shooting threes. He just kind of did translate his game very well to the NBA Summer League level, and of course did ultimately end up having a great win in the championship over Cameron Boozer, who I think could be a little bit of a rival for him, even though he is, I believe, 5 years younger. So that's the thing about Yaxel. I think he had a bit to prove given the age, and I think he proved it, and I think that he is coming out as one of the biggest winners in the Summer League. The next winner I wanted to talk about, of course, is Malik Thomas. He was drafted in the second round. Maybe another one of these guys that Cleveland picks up from the Summer League, and he does very, very well like Amoni Bates did in the Summer League. But I actually think that we are going to see Malik Thomas get a bit of run at the NBA level. I think that he could definitely develop into a pretty good player. I mean, just looking at these highlights here, he can hit shots around the rim, he can hit threes, he can handle the ball, he can play off ball as well. He kind of has, there you go, bang. He has just kind of shown everything that you want to see from a shooter, and I do think that he's going to be a very important bench piece in the league for the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially if maybe LeBron James is going to be on that team. I do think that, of course, being the leading scorer, or at least points per game scorer for the Summer League, is going to help with that too. He did average 28.3 points per game with very good shooting splits, 50% field goal, 46% from three, and he did not miss a free throw. That is something important because, of course, we did have a couple guys that were struggling with the new free throw rules, but not Malik Thomas. You've got to talk about him. Could be a very big steal of the draft if Malik Thomas is able to translate to the NBA level, which honestly I do think that he could. Now we've got Braden Burries. Braden Burries, I think, is a winner here because, of course, he was involved in the new Bucks rebuild. Now, he wasn't picked number 13 with the Miami pick. That was Nate Ament, who I'm a little bit mixed on. I know that he really is someone that is just a statistical nightmare. But at the same time, I didn't hate what I saw out of Nate Ament, but for the most part, it really was Braden Burries leading the charge in this Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team. And I do think that he is going to be someone that maybe alongside, or maybe instead of Ryan Rollins, is going to be the guard of the Milwaukee Bucks future, of course, after the trade with the Miami Heat, which is going to involve now a lot of the young Miami players. You know, Tyler Hero's there, but they've also got Kalel Weir, who is actually a center I'm a pretty big fan of myself on that team. Kasparas Jakushonis is on the team now in the Bucks. So the Bucks have a pretty young team to build around, but not their own picks, because I do believe the Portland Trail Blazers hold a few of those, and then a couple of other teams also hold the Bucks' own picks as well. So for the most part, the Bucks are going to have to try and be at least semi-competitive as much as they can, or just be really, really bad. And for that, that's going to give Braden Burries, in my opinion, a lot of opportunity, and I think that what he showed in the Summer League is that he is ready to be a guard that the Bucks can build around, given the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks are now ready to rebuild after the Giannis Antetokounmpo era. Now we've got my man, Caleb Wilson. Of course, he is the guy whose shirt I am wearing in my Artem NBA logo. I cannot wait to see Caleb Wilson in the NBA. This is a player that I am very, very excited about. Of course, but the Bulls, sorry, did have 2 picks in the draft after they did trade away and pretty much just sell their second round of picks. It was going to be Dalen Swain at number 15, and then Caleb Wilson picked at number 4. And Caleb Wilson had some fantastic games in the Summer League. He did have some moments, in my opinion, in which he did look a little bit selfish on the ball, but I think that given the fact that he's going to have to play a lot more off-ball in the league, given the fact that Josh Giddey is there, all-star Norman Powell is there, I think that he's going to have a great team around him to actually really showcase his skill set at the power forward position, maybe even as a small forward. I don't know. He definitely has the size to play the power forward, and I think that he actually could maybe put on a little bit of weight as well. He's very athletic, you can see there. And I think this is just a pull-up 3. There you go. He loves this. He loves the step-back 3, which is crazy because this is not something he ever did in college. I think in college he shot 4 threes, or he made 4 threes his entire college career. Never made more than 1 3-pointer a game. Unbelievable from Caleb Wilson. He made 7 threes in his first Summer League game, and I just liked everything I saw about him. I liked the physicality. I liked the on-ball stuff. I liked the off-ball stuff. I liked the athleticism, the dunks. The threes, I think, is going to be massive because you need to have a good 3-ball in the NBA. It seems like a lot of championship teams these days are building their teams around 3-point shooting and then offensive rebuilding regarding that 3-point shooting. He's a defensive demon as well. He got multiple chase down blocks as well. I just like Caleb Wilson, man. I mean, I am a Bulls fan. I am a Portland Trail Blazers fan. So, of course, I'm always going to have a bit of bias towards my own guys. Just wait till I start talking about the Trailblazers again, guys. You're going to think I am maybe one of the most delusional human beings on the entire planet, the way that I just fully believe in Scoot Henderson and Hanson Young. But yeah, I'm excited to see Caleb Wilson. He actually might be my most excited rookie that I'm excited to watch this year. I know that AJ DeBanza had a good summer league. I'm going to talk about him in a separate video. I'm going to talk about Boozer. I'm going to talk about Darren Peterson in separate videos. I'm going to talk about Wilson again in a separate video. But oh my goodness, this is just such a fantastic rookie that I just cannot wait to watch in the league and as he does play alongside the Chicago Bulls team. Now we can move on to my next winner, Kaman Malawak. The reason why he is a winner in my eyes is because Kaman Malawak, in my opinion, really showcased a lot more development in the Summer League. He looked like a man amongst boys. That's what he needed to do. He is someone that, of course, was drafted with the pick that the Suns received in the Kevin Durant trade. So maybe there was a little bit of pressure on him because of that. But at the same time as well, regarding Kaman Malawak as well, is he didn't play all that much for the Suns last year. He definitely did spend a little bit of time injured, a little bit of time developing as well off the court. But oh my goodness, Kaman Malawak in this Summer League, he looked good, man. He really showcased a bit of everything. He showcased the physicality. He showcased a 3-point shot, which isn't something that we saw from. And it was always known that the Phoenix Suns were going to be able to view Kaman Malawak as a developing player. And I do think that Kaman Malawak is going to be a very special center for the Phoenix Suns. And in my opinion, is going to be the starting center by the end of the year for the Suns. I think that this is someone that you can put alongside Devin Booker. You know, Devin Booker can throw up alley-oops to him, and he's going to slam him down. He's a big guy. He's a 7-footer. You need a 7-footer. It sounds like you need a Wemby stopper. Maybe Kaman Malawak can be the Wemby stopper or the Chet stopper. Is that a thing for the Phoenix Suns in the league, especially if they can make it into the playoffs again? Unfortunately, they did not last year. They may not again this year. Because I think that the Portland Trailblazers have gotten better, and that's who eliminated them in the play-in. But hey, let me know what you think about those 5 players. Is there a winner that I missed? I do understand there's plenty of good players that played. There's a few losers as well. Do you have a loser? Do you want me to talk about the losers? I have a little bit of a list. Unfortunately, someone that I was very high on is going to be on that losers list if I have to make it. But we'll see you guys in the next one.